I want to share a story that changed my life forever. It's about survival, resilience, and lessons learned from a day I'll never forget. It was July 15th, 2021, my 31st birthday. I had spent the evening celebrating with friends in my basement apartment, which was part of my sister's house in Sinzig, Germany. It had been raining all week, and although there were flood warnings, they didn't apply to our area. Still, I thought, why take a chance? So earlier that day, I put sandbags outside my garden door, piled up my electronics and clothes, and just hoped for the best. My friends teased me, but hey, better safe than sorry, right? That night, I climbed into bed around 1:20 a.m., completely unaware of what was about to happen. I woke up to the sound of rushing water. At first, I thought I was dreaming, but when I swung my legs off the bed, they landed in cold water up to my knees. It was rising fast. My first thought, it must be a burst pipe in the bathroom, but when I turned on my phone flashlight and stepped into the hallway, I saw water shooting through the gaps of my garden door. My sandbags didn't stand a chance. Everything around me was floating chairs, bookshelves, even pieces of my drum set. That's when I panicked. The quiet river I'd known my whole life had turned into a violent monster, bursting through the neighborhood. The garden door started to crack under the pressure. The water was waist deep, and I could barely move. I stumbled to the only escape, the door leading upstairs. But the force of the water wouldn't let me open it. I tried over and over until I spotted a broom, a coat rack, and a medieval sword. Yeah, a sword. Desperate times, right? I used everything I had to wedge the door open, just enough to squeeze through. Completely soaked and shaking, I ran to the third floor where my sister lived, but she wasn't home that night. That's when I went outside and saw the devastation. The street was gone. It had turned into a river of debris and fallen trees. And if I'd woken up just a few minutes later, I wouldn't be here telling this story. And that flood devastated our region. Over 180 lives were lost, and entire villages were washed away. Many homes, including a nearby home for the handicapped, were destroyed. Not everyone was as lucky as me. These days, I live with my parents in the middle of town. I'm studying psychology and teaching martial arts to kids. As for my old apartment, once it's repaired, it'll become my martial arts school, but I'll never live there again. The thought of another flood is just too much. But you know what? My mom said something that really stuck with me. She told me, Christian, don't remember the day you lost everything. Remember the day you survived. And that's exactly what I'm doing. If there's one thing I've learned, it's that life is unpredictable. But even in the darkest moments, there's always a way forward. If you've ever experienced something life-changing like this, share it in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon.